Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Techangles, where we explore how cutting edge technologies are reshaping software development. I am your host Sakshi, and today we are going to deep dive into an exciting topic which is reimagining QA with AI by exploring the tool Testingaide. So, today we are joined with our two guests, Fazal and Soumya. Fazal is from development team and Soumya is from QA lead. So welcome both of you.
Excited to be a part of this discussion, Sakshi.
Thanks for having us here, Sakshi. Let's talk QA.
So before we deep dive into Testingaide, Fazal, what was the need of building Testingaide?
So, Sakshi, as you're aware, that AI has increased and enhanced the speed of feature development, but the pace of testing as of yet kind of remains the same. So, with the platform testing it, we are trying to accelerate the testers to bridge that gap and match the speed of the features that are being developed.
Okay. So Soumya, what was the typical QA workflow before using Testingaide and what were the challenges that you used to face?
So, Sakshi, typical testing workflow goes like this. For example, we get a requirement document. We create test strategy, test plan, and test cases manually. We would also test features manually and then raise bugs, after which we'll start automating the test cases. So basically, this is a very slow and linear process. Like for example, creating test cases would take days together. So depending on the complexity of the feature, and writing test scripts would take even longer. So as I mentioned, it is a very slow process. Almost 40 to 50% of time of the testers would go into documentation and repetitive test cases writing. If there are any changes in API or UI, we would have to update the old test cases. So which will leave less time for the testers to actually do the product testing and the exploratory QA, which is crucial for the product quality.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of overhead and burden before even start the testing.
Absolutely.
So this convergence of challenges create a perfect storm. That's where a AI-powered automation tool like Testingate comes in. So Fazal, can you just give a high-level overview of Testingate?
Yeah, sure, Sakshi. So, what Testingate does is Testingate is an AI-powered testing platform that automates and enhances the entire QA workflow lifecycle. So, from test planning to test strategy to test script generation to test execution and the reporting. Testingate takes care of all of that. It's kind of designed to solve problems that Soumya has highlighted. So, speed and complexity, instead of starting everything from scratch, Testingate lets you generate and adapt and execute with smarter and faster AI.
Okay, so it looks like giving QA a head start instead of building them all from scratch, right?
Yep.
So Soumya, what was your first impression when you used Testingate? Like, what features do you feel like made your QA workflow very easy?
Sakshi, to be honest, I was really skeptical to use Testingaide at first, like many testers are with new AI tools. But the moment I uploaded the requirement document and saw structured test strategy, clean test plan, and auto-generated test cases, I was genuinely impressed. But what blew my mind was the generation of test scripts. I no longer had to do anything from scratch. So I just had to review, tweak, and execute. And Testingade does not just generate test cases or test scripts. It also supports mobile application testing, performance testing, security testing, and API testing, which is like a huge bonus for our testing teams.
Yeah, it looks like it's a game changer for you.
Absolutely.
So Fazal, in a world full of automation, where AI is touching everything, what made Testingate stand out?
You're right, Sakshi. So AI has been touching every platform. What separates Testingate is the bundling of the feature. So we support test strategy generation, test script execution, mobile testing, API testing, and a lot more features. Not only that, we also support retrieval augmented generation, wherein the user can upload the data set so that their model is up to date with the information. We also provide the users with a feature to custom fine tune their own models for specific test case generation so that the model is contextually aware and picks up the fine tuned nuances.
Okay, that's great. It is not just about the speed, it is about context awareness as well as quality of testing, and it's really powerful.
Absolutely.
So, Faisal, as people say that AI cannot replace the human intuitions, what would you say on that?
I would say, Sakshi, that you're absolutely correct. The people are absolutely correct. AI will not replace humans or testers. Testing aid isn't here to replace the testers, it is here to amplify their efforts. So it takes the repetitive, time consuming, cumbersome task out of their workflow. It enables them to focus on critical thinking, think about the critical, deep edge cases, and think on the behalf of the user, understanding the user behavior. These are the kind of things AI cannot yet do. So think of it like as a co-pilot, not as a substitute for the testers.
Okay. It is like having a smart assistant who can do your time taking work and you can focus on other big pictures.
Exactly.
So, what do you think, guys? Has testing it replaced QA role?
Not at all, Sakshi. It has actually enhanced them. So testers feel using testing aid has made them more productive and empowered. So instead of spending a lot of time in spreadsheets and writing repetitive test scripts, they're focused more on uncovering hidden bugs and improving user experience. So testing aid simply has made it easier and more effective.
So I agree with Soumya's point. So testing it kind of removes the cumbersome and repetition out of the task that a normal QA usually does. So we're not automating the brain power, we're just automating the cumbersome stuff. So QA, as of now, it's not just about checking the boxes, it's about being a quality engineer, thinking on the behalf of the user, and being a product engineer and a thinker. So think of testing it like an Iron Man's suit. It doesn't fly on its own, but the human inside it makes it unstoppable.
Yeah, that's great. So, Soumya, what would you say to a tester or a QA lead who is hesitating to use such AI tools like testing aid?
So Sakshi, I would say start small. They can try with just one feature or one requirement document. So let testing aid generate the first draft of your test cases and test scripts. You don't have to use it all, but what you will find is that it gives you a solid head start and frees up your time to focus on what really matters. Like, for example, exploratory testing, user journeys, or quality refinement. So basically, it's not about giving up control, it's about gaining velocity. As a matter of fact, one of our clients used testing aid to generate test cases for one of his products. And to his surprise, he could generate around 200 odd test cases in 5 to 10 minutes. If he had to write test cases manually, how long do you think he would have taken?
So, maybe 5 to 6 days.
Yes, roughly 5 to 6 days. It's not just about time, it's about effort, it's about resources, and most importantly, the business impact. So that is what testing aid is all about. Why write 100 test cases when AI can do it before your coffee gets cold? So testing aid did not just change how I test, it changed how I think about testing.
So, testing it is not just a tool, it is a game changer. It brings AI in QA process in a way that is practical, fast, and empowering. From generating test cases in a minute to helping tester focus on what really matters. It's like having a smart assistant built just for quality. So, if you are ready to test smarter, not harder, testing it is the platform to explore. So, with that, we wrap up our discussion on reimagining QA with AI. Thank you so much, Soumya and Faisal, for your time and for sharing your experience and insights with us.
Thank you, Sakshi, for giving us an opportunity to share our experiences.
Thank you, Sakshi, for having us here today.
So, for our audience, I would say if you like the discussion, please hit the like button, subscribe our channel, and share the video. And if you have any query regarding it, please drop a comment and we will reach out to you. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in Tech Angles. Until next time, test smarter, build better.